So, going into the what the fuck moments. And I've talked about Austin shooting Gil already. This is like the main thing. This is why I turned on this camera, really. That and this Paul scene I just talked about. Georgia offing Tom. Georgia, and I'm sorry, if you have not seen the finale, please go watch it or pause the video and like come back because I am about to spoil it. Georgia killing Tom and Austin watching it because you're not even checking the space when you're about to murder somebody, an innocent person. Unnecessary, not right. I don't give a damn if Cynthia did her a favor. I don't give a damn if Cynthia was crying about the fact that he was supposed to be dead 2 months ago, but now he's not, and she's like tired of her family suffering because he's still alive and like her son is like watching them die. But Georgia is not God. Yes, I'm gonna say it. Georgia was not God, and it's like, you have a lot of bodies on your hands already, sis. You have a lot of bodies. You have the PI still on your ass, just looking for something. And just willy-nilly, you just kill somebody's husband who was already on a breathing tube? It bothered me. It bothered me, and I was like, why would she do that? And then I went on to Twitter because I was like, okay, I don't like spoilers. And again, this is a show that does a lot of back and forth. But I was like, no. What is it? Why? What's going on? And everybody else was like, what the fuck? Why did she do that? And I'm like, so what? But I will say, I did notice when Simone was talking to Ginny about how she's like a criminal defense lawyer, and Ginny was like, how could you do that? How could you defend bad people or guilty people? And Simone was like, well, how I see it is, you know, there's no such thing as like good or bad. People do things for a lot of different reasons, and say like they're stealing food, it may be bad for the store, but really like they're starving type thing. And so it's all about like morals and ethics and how like there's a lot of gray area. I know Paul has his attorney, Mr. Nolan, but I feel like Simone is about to pop up and defend Georgia because she specializes in stuff like this. Just as a psychology major, they talk about how when you get to a certain age, I think in like 3rd grade, you start to understand that stealing is not black and white. It's other reasons why people may steal. And I feel like it's going to be like the main theme of next season. Right and wrong can differ depending on how you view a situation, and like perspective changes things. The greater good and what's bad in one sense can be good in another sense, that kind of thing. So that's my expectation for the 3rd season, but still, that was a what the fuck moment. I don't think that Georgia should have did that. I honestly was so like on pins and needles watching the whole rest of season 2 or that episode 10, because I was like, when are the cops coming? When are the cops coming? Again, the PI who was just about to leave town, he was like, wait, Georgia was in the room when he died? He already thinks she's the worst person alive. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about that, what y'all thought about that moment. I feel like it was extremely unnecessary and like I don't know. I'm honestly still processing it, but it just blew me because I'm like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? You have enough blood on your hands, and you literally just told Paul everything. You just told Ginny everything, and here you go killing people again. Whether you think that reason was valid or not, did you consult anybody or even think this through for even a second? Like, were you drunk off the whiskey? Like, why did you do that? Anyway, next or last, Georgia and Joe. I feel like there's a lot of build up to their relationship, and honestly part of me was like, okay, if Georgia don't get with Paul, even though I love him, he's a great guy, she may end up getting with Joe because Joe clearly has a thing for her. I feel like Georgia moved to Wellsbury because of Joe, sought him out, made sure that Ginny worked at his store, goes there all the time, still has his glasses. He named the horse milkshake, which she ended up using for her wedding. Like, they have such a crazy history and background. And then when Georgia found out that he was having sex with Cynthia after killing her husband, she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you would do that. And I'm like, Georgia, you just killed Cynthia's husband, but now you're talking to Joe like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you had sex with her. Why didn't you process that instead of killing her husband? Anyway, that was another what the F moment. Let me know what y'all think about the Georgia and Joe thing. Well, Paul and Georgia are married, and y'all know I'm a stan, so I'm not shipping Georgia and Joe at all. I think Joe is a nice guy, but Paul is on that. He's on that. He got that covered. I want them to have a happy marriage. Okay, so in conclusion, I love this show. It's a must watch. There are so many layers and themes and just important messages in every single episode. All of the characters I feel like are so thoughtfully created. I would definitely give season 2. Should I rate it? I don't know. I'm just gonna say 10 out of 10 because, should I say 10 out of 10? I'll say 10 out of 10 for Paul's sake, but just know, Georgia, there better be something that is, we didn't see. That is another clip. There better be. Just know. So I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I have no notes. That's my rating. AKA 4.5 to 5 stars. I don't know. I really don't even want to give it a rating because it really is just like an amazing, awesome show. It is, yes, some characters get on my nerves, and there were some moments where I was like, what is this? Like when Georgia read Ginny's journal, Georgia throwing away that food. I was like, what? And Max being mad at Abby and George and Ginny half of the season. Some stuff did get on my nerves, but overall, love the show. And I never would have anticipated loving it as much as I do, but shout out to the creators and the actors. Y'all did that. Created by Sarah Lampert. Yeah. Wait, has it been renewed for a 3rd season? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. It's like the #1 English speaking show. It replaced Wednesday as like the #1. So obviously it's a good show. People love it for different reasons. So I'm actually curious to know other people's reasons. Who is your favorite character? And what was your favorite moment? What did you love about the show? Okay, make sure you follow. Thank me later. Thanks for listening. This was the What We Watching segment on the Thank Me Later podcast. Follow us, subscribe, all the things.